Okay, so the last 2 days you've been looking at expressions on each side of a symbol, either an equal sign or an inequality. And what you wanted, you were determining to see if one side was equal or greater than or less than the other side. So you were finding the relationship. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a variable, and that variable we're going to substitute with a given number. And again, we're going to find out the relationship for each of those equations. So in this case, we have a division problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and work them out by replacing the x or the variable with 7 and answering it and see what the relationship is with 54, and then substitute it with 8 and again see the relationship with 54, then 9, then 10. Now what we're doing is we're trying to see just a relationship between one side of the one expression to the other. Even though 54 is by itself, it's still considered an expression. Now we're going to find out, because we want to make sure what the relationship is. Now we are trying to find the value of x in this case, and by doing this we're going to go ahead and see what the relationship is, and once it's equal, then that's the one we're looking for. In this case, we're trying to find out which one's equal, but we're still looking at each one of those numbers. Now I did the division one because that's the hardest one, but then you're going to have addition and subtraction. You might have something where you're going to multiply and then use parentheses, but these are simple expressions that you want to solve, but you're just substituting and solving. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger just so I could have more space to solve it, but you will need paper and pencil to solve your own. So let me go ahead and do that. And just so I could go ahead and try to do this. And then what I'm going to do is, what you're doing is you're going to go ahead and match up what it equals to. So you're solving it and then putting the number what it equals to and then what the relationship is. So you're going to go ahead and drag and drop on in this assignment. So make sure you're doing this and make sure that you're solving it correctly. So let's start with the first one. So the first one is 486 divided by 7. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the 7 there because that's what I'm looking for. So 7 into 48 is going to be 6 times, which is 42. Remainder 6. Bring down the 6. 7 into 66 is 9 times, which is 63. And then I'm going to go ahead and just do it as 3/7. So our remainder is 3. So we're going to do 69 and 3/7. So I could make it into a decimal, but now I know that it's 69. So here it's 69 and 3/7. So 69 is greater than 54. So my relationship will be 54. So let's look at the next one. So you have 486 divided by 8. So 8 into 48 is 6 times, so that's 48. Remainder is 0. Bring down the 6. 8 into 6 is 0 times. So I'm going to go ahead and write this as 60 and 6/8, which will be 3/4, because I simplified it, because I divided by 2. So 60 and 3/4. And I'm going to go ahead and say 60 and 3/4 is greater than 54. So let's look at the next one. So I'm changing colors so it'll have different, so you will see where the work is. Okay, so the next one is 486 divided by 9. So 9 into 48 is going to be, let me think, 9 times 7 is too much. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 5. So it's 5. So it's 45. Remainder is 3. Bring down the 6. It's going to be 4. 36. Remainder is 0. So now this is going to be 54 is equal to 54. So my relationship in this one is 54. So then my last one is to do 486. Oops. I want to put it there because then it's going to confuse you. 486 divided by 10. So 10 into 48 is 4 times, which is 40. Remainder is 8. Bring down the 6. 10 into 86 is 8, which is remainder 6. So 8 and 6 tenths, which is 48, and 3 fifths. So in this case, I'm going to put 48 and 3 fifths is going to be less than 54. So if you notice, we started with greater than, then we went to equal, and then we went to less than. So in this case, we have the relationship, but now I know if I want this to be equal, x will equal to 9. So if I want to make these two expressions the same, they would be an equal. The x will have to equal 9 in order for it to equal 54. So basically, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be working each problem out by substituting with the given number. So make sure that you're doing that, and then make sure that you're showing the relationship. And you're going to be dragging and dropping in this problem. So make sure you are doing that, and then if you have trouble, come back to this video. If you do understand it, make sure you're completing everything, because you're going to have to complete everything. And then if you, what you need to do is make sure that you ask for help if you need any help. So email me or send me a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So good luck on your assignment.